Good evening, YouTubers. Welcome back in to another round of Astros Recap Postseason edition. So it is Thursday night, 11:49 p.m. So I'll probably take into the midnight hour here. Different sort of background for you tonight. I'm actually in the room that's directly to the left of the room I usually do my podcast from. So I'm just in a room over. A more solid background. Don't got the fan moving here, so different sort of setup. The only thing you really see over here is it's a Coca-Cola sort of plaque type thing. In fact, this entire room is filled with Coca-Cola stuff. It used to be my sister's old room. She moved out a while back, so now my mom's sort of turning it into her own little space, I guess. But just solid, just white background, basically white paint on the walls, doors. Yeah, it's just pretty simple there for you. But yeah, Astros obviously they go to Atlanta to start tomorrow. So got three in Atlanta. We're 1-1. Series is tied, so not too bad. I think they'll be okay. A few things obviously. Game one didn't go really well, start to finish. I mean, three pitches in the game. Farmer Valdez gave up a home run to Jorge Soler, and then he wasn't good. I wasn't expecting him to be as bad as he was after the Fenway start where he was dominant in 8 innings. But it's pretty, if Valdez has it or he doesn't. I mean, he's got to be getting, we with Valdez, like, all right, so obviously he's on if he's getting ground balls, right? But he's also throwing strikes and getting ahead of hitters. I mean, Soler was ball one, it was ball two, home run. I mean, if he's not throwing strikes, if he's not getting ahead in the count, he just doesn't have it. So, and he didn't have it. So, very disappointing for him, for the Astros, game one. Hoping that the last start was something he could build off of, but apparently not. So he goes back out there, and he's just not very good at all. So, we'll check his line here in a minute, but they lost that game 6-2. As you know, Atlanta did a lot of their damage early. They scored two in the first, one in the second, two more in the third. So they were quickly up 5-0 out of the gate, seemed like. And Ash's offense never really got going, can never really rebound. Now, the bullpen did a good job keeping it where it was, but offensively, we just can never really get anything going. So, yeah. Storyline there, obviously, Valdez was bad. Charlie Morton, who started that game, we put some pressure on him in the first inning. In the first inning, we had the bases loaded, 2 outs, and a ground ball. Kyle Tucker hit into the hole there, but they were shifted over for Tucker. Ozzie Albies, second baseman, made the play in short right and threw out the runner. Good play to end the inning, but I mean, if that gets through or the play's not made and you get on the board, maybe get a little momentum back, but the Astros never really could. But Charlie Morton was a bigger storyline for the Braves side as he came out of the game, I believe in the fourth inning. We'll check that in a minute as well. But he fractured his fibula. So it was a comebacker to him. Hit off his foot or leg, or I guess it was his leg. Ricocheted off his leg directly to the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. So they got the out on the play. But he didn't seem like he was hurting at that point. Like, the trainer didn't even come out. So he pitched through it and even came out for the next inning. And he struck out Altuve, and then there was something wrong. So he came out, and I mean, at the time you didn't think much about it. Maybe you tweaked something or whatever, but the x-rays came back, and he fractured his fibula. So he's done for the postseason, the rest of the World Series. But yeah, it sort of puts the Braves in a bind. They got the game one win, so that was good for them. But obviously, I mean, Max Fried is sort of their ace. Did not pitch well for them yesterday, but he, sort of in a bind with the rotation going forward here, as they won't have Morton to bounce back to in Game 5. I don't know if they plan to do in Game 4. Ian Anderson will get the start tomorrow, but they're sort of a little up in arms, I think, with their starting rotation options. Obviously, the Astros are without Lance McCullers again. Talked about that previously, but they got Valdez. Urquidy pitched well yesterday. We'll see with Garcia. My hopes aren't high Just hopes he can pitch some quality innings in Atlanta tomorrow. We'll wait and see there. And then we'll have sort of Greinke, I guess. But, we're okay. Yeah, the days off obviously help with your bullpen, getting them some rest. Bullpen's been great for us the entire postseason. So, I mean, that's been big for us just because, a lot of bullpen arms you're unsure about going into the postseason. Graveman hadn't been as shut down as we would have hoped. Stanek's up and down. Maton hasn't been what we had hoped. Yeah, I got Presley there, but Presley has to pitch in a situation where he's closing out a ball game for him to be effective, it feels like. So, and Javier wasn't very good. I mean, all the people I'm talking about have actually came through big for us postseason-wise this year. So, bullpen's been great. So, and the offense also, I mean, they've had, obviously game one wasn't good, but they've been able to bounce back from losses pretty good. But yeah, game one, just not a whole lot to speak of. Braves jump out to a quick lead, and then from 5-0 down early on, just sort of took the wind out of our sail and could never really rebound there. As I'm gonna pull up the stats here. That we do rebound game two as Urquidy pitched 5 innings, struck out like 8 guys. Probably could have gone deeper. I'll look at his pitch count here in a minute, but I mean that's all you could hope for. I think that's the best you could hope for with Urquidy. Just get you through 5, and he only gave up 2 runs. So I mean he was good. The offense came out. Now we did benefit from a few Atlanta Brave miscues defensively, as their defense hasn't been that. I mean they committed 2 errors in the game there, so. But we still, pitched well and definitely deserved to win the game. I mean, part of winning baseball is taking advantage of the opposing team's mistakes. So, but yeah, I win that 7-2. So, 2 games, none of them really riveting, I'd say, in the late innings, as had pretty big, sizable leads, at least enough to where you're not stressing, in the 8th, 9th inning. But yeah, we win that 7-2, and as we go back to game one here, obviously, so Valdez just wasn't good. I mean, obviously, you couldn't expect him to be as good as he was in Boston, but you were just hoping for sort of what Urquidy gave you in game two, I guess. But yeah, he doesn't get out of the second, or he goes exactly 2 innings. He pitched into the third, but didn't get an out. In fact, he gave up a 2-run home run, which was the 5 earned runs he gave up on 8 hits, walked a guy, struck out 2. Yimi Garcia came in to get through the rest of that inning. Also, I don't know if you can hear, I'm a little under the weather, so I apologize if I, have to turn to the side. But my nose is sort of runny right now, so yeah, I'm not feeling my best right now. But yeah, Garcia came in, Urquidy 8 up, 2 1/3. He got 7 outs, so gave up a hit, struck out 5. Urquidy was great, only 1 hit in his 2 1/3. Phil Maton got an inning in there, gave up 2 hits, walked a guy, got 2 strikeouts, didn't give up any runs. Stanek did give up an earned run. I'm trying to remember exactly how that run came in. I don't think it was. Let's see, what was it exactly? Yeah, it was like a ground ball, fielder's choice, RBI, something like that. But yeah, at that point the game was sort of out of reach. But only 1 run for Stanek there. Again, not high pressure really. And then Rayleigh came in. Rayleigh actually got 5 outs, no hits, struck out a batter. So, but the bullpen overall this entire postseason has been good there. But yeah, we just can never recover from the bad start there. But yeah, Morton got taken out of the game after striking out Altuve. Kind of amazing to think he stayed in the game for as long as he did. Just because, well. So yeah, Morton only went 2 1/3, so. But yeah, he walked 2, struck out 3, gave up a hit. That was all. And then coming out because of the injury, obviously. So. Yeah, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. I mean, they get out to a 5-0 lead quickly, and the final score 6-2. So, after the first 3-4 innings, not a whole lot to talk about either way. But Atlanta came out and they won the game. So Astros really had their 4-run second inning to thank for their game 2 win. Urquidy goes out there. Urquidy was 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, struck out 7. And then Javier comes in for an inning in the third. Gives up a hit, walks a batter, but gets 2 strikeouts. He was fine. Maton 2/3. Presley actually came in the 8th inning. Made a little bit of sense because you were facing 3, 4, 5 that inning, the middle of the Braves lineup, and they actually used Graveman to finish things off. So you can sort of go committee there if you want. I think Graveman and Presley both are more than capable of closing out games. Obviously, Presley was our closer for the entire year. They brought Graveman over right before the trade deadline there. But yeah, you could use either one of those. And Presley, I want Presley to get the heart of the lineup out. It was Albies and Freeman and those guys in the middle of the lineup there. So yeah. Yeah, we benefited. The 4 runs second inning was our big inning there where we scored 4 runs, but one. Let's see, how did they score these runs? So it was an RBI ground ball actually turned into a hit by Jose Siri, and then Martin Maldonado had an RBI through the hole on the left side of the infield, which scored Gurriel from second. The throw actually went into third base. Siri was going first to third on the play. There's nobody at third base, like nobody was covering third base. So the ball got away. Siri slides in, then he pops up and heads home. So 2 runs score. Errors somewhere involved in that play somewhere, and Maldonado got the second there. And then Brantley singled him home. So like that, you had your 4 runs, I guess, there. You had the Siri RBI, you had the Martin Maldonado, which scored 2, and then Brantley had the RBI to bring Maldonado home to score your 4 runs there. In the top of the 5th, Freddie Freeman had an RBI single. They did tie the game. So the Astros actually, the first inning, scored a run with a Alex Bregman sac fly. But the Braves tied it quickly on Travis d'Arnaud's home run in the Astros. 4 runs second inning. Obviously a little, benefited from the miscues of the Braves there. But again, both these games, neither of them were really intense, I felt like, in the late innings. It was just sort of, there just wasn't a whole lot of action of runners on base, things like that. So, but you look at it, it's 1-1. Can't be too upset about it. I mean, you'll go to Atlanta. The goal would be to take 2 or 3 and get the series back here with, 2 games and needing to win 1. So it's sort of the same scenario with Boston, I think, is what you're looking for here. So, but yeah, I mean, day off obviously today, so you'll get your rest. Bullpen will be ready to go, I think. Be interested to see what Luis Garcia gives them. For the Braves, Ian Anderson, I don't know what he's done this postseason yet, so I guess we'll just wait and see. I'm actually going to miss most of the game tomorrow because I'll be at the broadcasting assignment for the high school football, so I'll be out, but I'll be definitely, we'll have it on one of the TVs in my broadcast booth, or I'll have it queued up on my phone somehow, some way, so yeah, be doing that. But so I mean, just trying to think here. I don't know what the Braves plan to do come Game 4, Game 5. They will have another start out, I assume, for Game 4. But one of these games, Game 5, I assume, is going to be a bullpen game for them. They might go bullpen in Game 4. They might back-to-back bullpen days. I don't know exactly. Max Fried wasn't very good for him. He did actually eat up some innings after he gave up the 5 runs, so he actually got him through a little bit to not, burn too much of their bullpen. But they really had to use their, mentor, and can't even pronounce one of the other guys' names, but they're better half their bullpen that, closes out the games. Haven't had to really face them yet. Might have gotten a little taste of them in game one, but um, obviously when you're losing a game, you're usually not, different set of relievers opposed to when you're winning to when you're losing. But a lot of these things get thrown out the window come the World Series when it comes to the way you're going to pitch things and short rest and, things like that. So we'll just wait and see. But not a whole lot of drama so far in these first two games. I mean, they were at 5-run. I mean, Braves win, 5-6-2 in game one, and we win 7-2 in game two. So nothing's really been close or riveting to this point, but it's just a 1-1 series. So I wish I had more for you, but not really. So yeah, I'd love to hear your comments. Obviously, we're only at 15, 16 minutes. I don't have a whole week to recap like I do during the regular season, so I can only give you what I really basically have, which is 2 games. And I'm not going to preview all these upcoming games. I mean, I don't get these TV stations that can do this for hours. I mean, just play the game, and then I'll tell you what happens and give you my thoughts. That's how this works, at least on my podcast here. So, love to hear your comments section below, obviously. Also, let me know if you like the background better or worse. I can go back to my room where I have a sort of half a shelf with trophies, I guess, and I got the fan blowing, obviously. It gets hot if I don't turn on some sort of air somehow, some way. So, but anyway, love to hear your thoughts. I'll wrap things up there. We'll talk to you either Sunday night or most likely Monday. The off day is Monday, so it'll most likely be Monday where I'll talk to you. But yeah, love to hear your thoughts, obviously. Comment section below. You want to hear me tomorrow? I'll be broadcasting a game on TSRN. Go to their website. Look for the Clear Fall. God, where am I at tomorrow? It's Clear Falls and Clear Creek High School football. You just put that into the internet. Yeah, cue that up. TSRN, you'll hear me starting at 7 o'clock, 6:55 pregame. So, yeah. I'd love to hear your comments in the section below. And, yeah, I'll be back on Monday night or afternoon. We'll see how things play out to talk about games 3, 4, and 5. But, yeah, I'll wrap things up there. We'll talk to you next time.